Hey guys, let's talk about compatibilities between different signs. So one of the things you have to always look at when you look at compatibility are not only looking at the sun signs, but you have to look at the sun signs, rising sign, moon sign. You also have to look at the Mars and the Venus signs. So one of the rules when you look at compatibility between two signs is that they have to be same sign or opposite signs, meaning that you can have two same sun signs and or sun sign might be the same one as a Venus, can be the same one as a moon sign. And one of the most important rules is that the most important one is that between sun and moon, if you have the opposite sign and someone with a sun sign, let's say Gemini, and the other person is opposite sign, Sagittarius, has a moon sign in Sagittarius, so it's the strongest bond and chemistry between those two. However, you have to look at the other signs, like your rising sign, moon sign, Venus. But the most important thing is to always look at the same signs and opposite signs, and the most important is like between sun and moon of two people. Those are the strongest bond that you can find in terms to compatibility. And I'm forgetting also to say that why you look at Mars is because Mars gives you that compatibility when it comes to the sexuality. And Venus, although that is referred to love, it also helps you to realize how comfortable you feel with that person. And in terms of sun sign, the rising sign, and well, the moon sign is always about the emotions, and the sun sign always has to be with, you know, the career. So if you have someone, like I just said, they have opposite signs. If someone has Gemini and sun sign, and the other person is like Sagittarius moon sign, it's a strong and powerful attraction between those two, because the person who has the moon sign in Sagittarius will support and give that emotional support to the person who has a sun sign in Gemini, and can be the opposites, same thing. So that's the strongest bond between opposite signs, between sun and moon sign. And that's it. Sun, moon sign, and rising sign has to be, especially the sun sign and the rising sign, has much to do with personality, how you guys can bond in terms of personality, and how can you get along in terms of personality. Moon sign, emotions. Venus, how comfortable you feel with the other person, how that other person makes you feel, you know, comfortable. And then the Mars is actually the, you know, like I mentioned before, it has to be with the sexuality and that sexual chemistry between both of you. All right, let's do this. So we're going to start talking about the compatibility between Leo and Gemini. I'm Gemini, by the way. And
Leo.
And Leo. Well, I'm an ascendant Leo, and you're an ascendant Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was just, before I was explaining about how you can see your compatibility according to your sun sign, rising sign, Venus, and Mars. So yeah, she already has her paper right there. so yeah, let me see your Venus. Gemini. Okay, super cool. No wonder. You see, her Venus is in Gemini. I'm a sun sign Gemini. Super cool. So that's why we're such a good friends. Yeah. Geminis, how we are. We're very flirty. We're super cute, extroverted. And Leo are, how are Leo?
How are Leo?
That inner child comes out all the time. Like, you happy?
Playful.
Playful, yeah.
But also, like, looking out and seeing what's going on.
Yeah, it's like Leos always sit down and just watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't get bothered, then you don't bother anybody, right? Like, you don't like to be bothered. Yeah, I know, I get that because I'm ascendant Leo too, so I kind of like get that way too. I think Gemini is very compatible with Leo, and the fact like we both have fun together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we so playful. That's why I think like it's great Gemini with Leos, because they both are so playful. And well, Gemini is more extroverted than Leos, but I think Leo brings a little bit of that sunlight to Gemini.
Great, thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's super cool. It's like, yeah. And wherever Leo goes, Leos are always in the spotlight because that's the sun right there.
And I don't even have to be loud, and it just happens.
Yeah, like
it's
everyone
crazy.
looks at you, right? Like you go, you pass by, you go in the room, and everybody's like,
And this is a real thing.
yeah, Gemini really likes that too, like to be with someone. Unless the man is the Gemini and the Leo is the woman, then the man might feel like a little like, I don't want to be with my girl everywhere, unless they like to be walking with a trophy girl.
Oh, trophy?
Yeah, like a trophy girl. But, you know, that could be probably something that might bother a Gemini man, because I think Gemini men wouldn't be like the type of men that like to show off the girl. I don't think so. Geminis are not like that. No. Neither men or women. No, we're not. I think Leos can understand pretty good Geminis, because Gemini is always like open down.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like when we kind of like, well, we all, but kind of like Leo always like will be so much fun to be around with. We laugh all the time. But when we down, I think Leo brings that fixed, you know, energy to Gemini and help to stabilize Gemini in a way. That's how I see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Great.
I think that's how I see it.
So how I see Leo and Gemini, with you, with this specific case, it's been, the energy is high, so it lifts me up too. It's a different energy. It's a wound up energy. And it's like you're not seeing it. You're not like, I don't know. It's all coming in from inside.
Yeah,
It's
Gemini's
not
and
coming
Leo.
from anything external. It's all like in there already.
Yeah, it's just naturally like we hang out together. And I think in couples it's the same thing. You know, it's like you feel that sense of fun, and, you know, you go with the flow and you're always laughing. It's like, that's what I think, like Gemini and Leo are very compatible because of that. Because we kind of like, I want to say immature in a way. But we are kind of like,
Yeah.
we get this inner child, like we always let it out. You know, I wish more signs.
It feels like play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that all the signs would be the same. I don't know about Libras. We have a Libra around here, so that's why. What else I can say about something negative?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see anything negative about the compatibility between Leo and Gemini. In reality, I don't. I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to mention too also, which I was just saying at the beginning about Venus. Let's see between me and Allison. This is Allison. I did say. So anyway, so yeah, so your Venus is in Gemini. I'm a Sun Gemini, so that makes it compatible between us as a friend or whatever. Then I see, what else I can see here? Oh, your Mars is in Leo. My Mars is in Leo.
Your Mars.
My Mars is in Leo, so we have the same. You see, same signs are compatible between each other. So when you're trying to compare your sign with another person's sign, then you have to look at the entire picture, not only your sun sign, but the other picture, the other signs.
The other signs.
So you see, like we have the same signs in Mars. Then your Venus is in Gemini with my Sun is in Gemini, so that is compatible. So let's Mars is in Leo, my Mars is in Leo. That's great because it's compatible right there. And then
I'm learning so much right now.
yeah. And one thing I want to mention, that her moon is in Capricorn, for example. Your moon is in Capricorn. My moon is Sagittarius, but my ascendant, I have the ruler of Capricorn in my ascendant. So I am Leo, but I'm ascendant Leo, but I have Saturn sitting down in that house, in the first house. So that actually makes us a little bit compatible on the way we act as a person too, because even though I'm an ascendant Leo, you are sun sign Leo, you ascendant Capricorn. She's an ascendant Capricorn, and I have Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, in my ascendant, which is Leo. So you see, it's like mixing, you see? So that's why also we can be compatible. So of course we friends only, But if you put same as a man and woman, it will act almost the same. Although you have to look at all their stuff, like all the aspects. But I hope everyone understand that it's not only about sun signs, but how you interact with other aspects and other signs in your chart. So anyway, I think this is a wrap. Did I explain it right?
Yeah, no, I just learned a lot about being compatible in any, so it would be friendships, like romantic relationships, maybe companions.
Yeah.
I think like the trust is there too, to kind of like reveal, like when you're very playful too.
Yes,
It's like,
that's true.
it's a nice thing.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm saying. Like Leos are very, like, we say the things, right? Like you wouldn't hide it. You kind of like, well, I don't know, depending, right?
Well, yeah, it's like if I feel like it's in my core and it's right, then it will come out like with a mane.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, and I just keep, it just stays.
Yeah, that's true. But that's because I remember you had also
Scorpio somewhere.
yes, Scorpio Saturn in the 11th house too, so you keep it high. Anyway, so it's a wrap.
Is it a wrap?
High five. Yes, we did it.